Shark Week.
They shouldn't stray too far from the shore, and they should particularly avoid bait fish.
A string of shark attacks on the East Coast leaves people on edge. A record-breaking summer.
We are going to be seeing more people traveling in again.
How this past Independence Day was more significant than just America's birthday. And a missing man is found.
I'm confused right now. I'm like, what's going on?
But some say he was never missing at all. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Amanda Gray.
And I'm Kenya Cardone. Today is Thursday, July 6th of 2023.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
4th of July fun just got a little more exciting as dozens of sharks are spotted in shallow beach waters. Shark sightings are on the rise up the East Coast from here in Florida all the way up to Long Island, New York.
Caplin News reporter Tanya Jimenez is live near Biscayne Bay with advice from an expert. Tanya?
A shark expert from the Florida program. Okay, a shark expert from the Florida Research for Sharks says that encounters with sharks are very rare, but in the unlikely event that you do encounter a shark in the water, there are things you can do to diminish your chances of an attack.
Beaches on New York's Long Island were packed with people over the 4th of July holiday. But now, officials sending a warning to swimmers and ramping up patrols after a string of possible shark attacks.
We have more surveillance, more lifeguards out there than we've ever had in the past.
In just 2 days, 4 people were reported bitten off the coast of Long Island. On Tuesday, 2 attacks just minutes apart, 2 men in their 40s. On Monday, 2 15-year-olds bitten in separate attacks. None of the bites were life-threatening, but the incidents have left many swimmers on high alert.
When Jaws came out, I went to see it in the movie theater. I would not go in the water for like 10 years after that. And now that there's actual sharks in the water, I probably won't anytime soon.
One shark expert says Long Island has a large sand tiger shark population and says these attacks could be caused by juveniles mistaking people for prey.
If visibility is low and there's lots of people in the water, accidents can happen.
Beachgoers stumbling upon a possible dead sand tiger shark, which washed up on shore in Southampton, New York, estimating it was 7 feet long. It's not just New York that's been plagued by recent shark sightings. In Florida, swimmers were stunned when a shark was spotted swimming in shallow waters right near the shore. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
People should always swim in groups. They shouldn't stray too far from the shore, and they should particularly avoid bait fish.
While these attacks are very rare, although these attacks are terrifying, they're very rare. For Caplin News, I'm Tanya Jimenez.
Thank you, Tanya. Now, this morning at the federal courthouse in Miami, it's arraignment attempt number 3 for Donald Trump's co-defendant, Walt Nauta. 2 other times he has appeared but not been able to enter his not guilty plea because of problems securing Florida-based representation. In the meantime, the Justice Department has released more information about the photographic and video evidence concerning classified documents stored at the president's home in Palm Beach. According to a new, less redacted search warrant, investigators had surveillance video showing the documents being moved, presumably to avoid detection.
This morning, a couple in Tampa are seeking justice for the wrongful killing of their grandson. 7-year-old Yitzian Garcia was out celebrating the 4th of July with his grandfather when tensions formed between 2 separate parties near them. The conflict resulted in shots being fired, a stray bullet hitting Yitzian despite his grandfather's best efforts to shield him. According to officials, the gunman still has not been found, but the couple demands justice once the person is found.
A neighborhood in Southwest Florida on edge after a 6-year-old is attacked and killed by a dog. The boy died after getting severe injuries from a dog on the 4th of July in Northport. Dogs are very common in the quiet neighborhood in Northport. The boy and the dog were in his bedroom when screaming was heard, and the child suffered serious trauma to his upper torso and was airlifted to be stabilized at Sarasota Memorial Hospital, but later died at Tampa General Hospital. Investigators are still figuring out why the dog acted out, but it's believed that a loud environment with loud sounds can be triggering, such as the 4th of July.
Called into question this morning, as Caplin's Jennifer Rivas reports, Houston detectives spent 8 years searching for a man who neighbors say was never missing.
Houston man found alive after 8 years. Rudy Farias went missing on March 6 of 2015 in Houston, Texas. He was found last week sleeping outside of a local church. Rudy Farias was 17 years old when he was walking his 2 dogs in Northwest Houston and vanished. St. Miller was one of the dozen of people looking for him.
He's alive. I mean, this is one of the miracles that you don't experience very often.
He was found with numerous bruises and cuts across his body. At the time he went missing, he was suffering from depression after losing his brother in a motorcycle accident. Last week, the case remained under investigation while he was recovering in a hospital. But yesterday, investigators with HPD's missing person unit interviewed Rudy Farias and his mother. Shocking news allegations are coming to light after activists Juana X and investigators talked to Rudy Farias, who is now 25 years old. Juana X say Farias told him he had been sexually abused and heavily drugged by his mom for years.
No child should ever be treated like that by your own mother. This young man said that when he initially ran away, he came back 2 days later, and she told him that he had to hide, that he was going to get in trouble, and they were going to arrest him for running away.
Farias claimed he wasn't allowed to leave the home where his mom would sexually abuse him. She convinced him that all type of agencies were looking for him to put him in jail.
We asked him, why did you run away? And he said he just got tired of her not respecting his boundaries. And she said that he wanted his own life. And his exact word was, I was tired of living like a slave.
Neighbors are shocked to find out Farias was found because they never knew he was reported missing.
He used to come in my garage and chill with my cousin, my son, my daughter. She's at work right now, but that boy ain't been missing since he was no.
We were chilling, laughing, good time.
Some days he'd go to the park and sit in the park around the corner by himself.
Farias also told him he went to work with his mother and was allowed to hang out with neighbors because his mother believed enough time had passed that no one would recognize him as a missing person. There are a lot of unanswered questions surrounding this case. Keep you at bay as we learn more. For Caplin News, I'm Jennifer Rivas.
After a hot travel market for the week of July 4th, the summer vacation season isn't expected to cool down anytime soon. CNN's Karen Kaifa takes a look at what can be learned from the record-breaking holiday weekend and how to prepare for upcoming trips.
Summer travel is booming as millions of Americans skip town for Independence Day getaways.
This July 4th period is record-breaking for the travel industry.
TSA screened more than 2.88 million people last Friday, the most in a single day since the founding of the agency in late 2001. But a meltdown at United Airlines early last week, followed by severe storms across much of the country, led to long delays and thousands of cancellations leading up to and throughout the holiday travel period.
Absolutely horrific.
Leaving many passengers stranded.
Flight got canceled Tuesday, stayed in a hotel. I stood in line for 4 hours at 4 o'clock in the morning to rebook the flight.
And putting airlines to the test.
It was just kind of a catastrophic event. Some airlines were just not able to kind of get on the right foot.
Going's Katie Nastro says travelers flying this week should have better luck.
I think people should just be cautiously optimistic, not only looking forward into the rest of this week if they're traveling home, but as well looking into the rest of the summer.
And if you do have an upcoming trip planned, Nastro says to avoid travel trauma, try to book morning departures, prioritize nonstop flights, and be prepared for crowds.
Always give yourself more time than you need, especially the fact that we are going to be seeing more people traveling and, again, longer lines pretty much everywhere.
Even with the headlines about delays, cancellations, and frustrations, there is still a lot of pent-up travel demand. Airlines for America, the U.S. Airline Industry Group, expects that during the months June 1st through August 31st, that summer stretch, that U.S. Airlines will carry an all-time high of 257 million passengers. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
The Marlins fight at home to keep their series sweep dreams alive, and the Cardinals fight back.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
We're bringing a lot of joy and smiles and laughter.
Standing up to tragedy, how some old ladies bring joy back to their community. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
A group of grannies get back in action, putting on a show in the face of tragedy. The performance by the Dancing Grannies was a bittersweet event.
It was Tuesday near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As Caplin's Juliana Restrepo reports, it's the first performance for them since a parade tragedy in 2021, which led to the deaths of 4 of their members and 2 other people.
Grannies are gonna rock this! A standing ovation. The dancing grandmas waved their shiny pom-poms at huge crowds at the Waukesha's 4th of July parade.
Love us, and you can't help but smile and know that we're bringing a lot of joy and smiles and laughter.
Kathy Schmedding says it was time for her to turn tragedy into happiness.
That I've actually been back to the parade route to see where the car went through our grannies, and you know where a couple of people passed, and I haven't been back here, so it was very emotional. But today is a day of building brand new memories. I guess I have to move on, and we're moving on. All of us are moving on with a brand new group of ladies.
We remember those we lost, but we celebrate life and what we're doing.
After the ladies accepted an invite to this year's Mardi Gras parade and built new friendships, the 610 Stompers came all the way from New Orleans to walk with the grannies.
We saw this other organization that had the same love of dance that we did, and we thought to ourselves, you know what, we can do something to help.
And they have.
For my first time to come back here, I guess I'm glad it was with them.
You might seem on the surface like we're very different, but we're really the same at heart.
A day to celebrate life and liberty.
Juliana Restrepo, Caplin News.
The Marlins and the Cardinals fought neck and neck, with the Marlins ending the game with a last-second win. With the Cardinals having their worst season since 1913, the Marlins went 5-0 up by the third inning. Although the Cardinals came back within 1 point by the end of the third, they ended up throwing the game in the bottom of the ninth, giving the Marlins a walk-off. Final score, Marlins 10, Cardinals 9. The two teams will face off again for Game 4 of their series today. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff. That's what white people think. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive, ZWX. You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Kenya Cardone.
I'm Amanda Gray. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.